Okay, today I'm going to do a video on taking the headliner out. This is a 2001 Mercedes ML500. It's got the big panorama sunroof in it. My sunroof doesn't work very well, which most all of them don't. So I need to take the headliner down. So this video will be on taking the headliner down so I can access the sunroof. So really what you have to do is take everything off. We're going to start. This is just kind of clipped in. Slate's kind of clipped in with these metal clips. Really just pull them down. It's got some little Velcro pieces. So, and this is done in. This is got a connector. So take your light and this little vent thing off. That actually accesses. If you can see, the motors. I don't know what's that. If you can see, that accesses the motors for your sunroof. So if you want to get to the motors for the sunroof, that's where they're at. You can actually turn them, if for some reason you have a sunroof issue, you can turn them manually. But if you need to access these things, that's how to get into them. Okay, so to continue to take the headliner off, we need to get in here and take this plastic panel off. You need to take everything down that holding the headliner up. This is pretty easy too, because it has these metal clips. So you just take this plastic panel down. Then there's a like a plug right here. I have some of these plastic interior pieces, so kind of get with your plastic piece here. It's not seen, but still don't want to destroy anything. Take this plastic piece off. These things come, it's just sometimes they're not. See if I twisted any, it might help. Okay, it finally came loose. It's a pretty tough little pin. Of course, we always want to try to keep all our pieces in one part. Okay, then there's a couple screws here to take these parts off, because these things are all clipped to hold the headliner in. That. There's of course one on this side. Okay, these things, and then there's going to be a little plastic holder thing here. These little side cutters, or as you call them, are good for getting these things off. Boy, everything's being kind of difficult today. That's okay. Here we go. Okay, we got this side off. The plastic push pin through into the ceiling was a lot harder to get off than normal. Let's hope this other side isn't as difficult. For some reason, every now and then, some of these parts become a little bit more difficult to get off than others. So we got the screw out of here. So let me try to get this plastic push pin. It's just a plastic pin that pushes up. Some come off very easily. Some, like these, seem to be a little bit more difficult. That one we'll have to find a replacement for. This one's kind of coming out a little easier, initially anyway. But it's just a ribbed plastic push pin, and it some of them they're very easy to put back in. You just push them right back up into the hole. I use these little side cutters. Sometimes they help. This one obviously is gonna okay. What I wanted to show you, I got this pin out. These pins, for some reason, this headliner, I had to destroy them, but they're little plastic push pins. You can either buy at the dealership for, I think they're like $1 each, or you can get them on eBay. But when you get this out and this out, this comes down, and then you kind of pull this out. There's some little guides here that clip into this plastic panel. So there's nothing holding that into there. We'll show you that when we go to put it back on. Okay, now to continue, most of the rest of these connectors are much easier. So you need a flat blade screwdriver, and you go in, kind of pry that out, and then up in there, there's actually here and here, there's a little Phillips head screwdriver. I believe it's not Phillips head, it's a little Torx bit. So you get a little Torx bit here, okay, and hopefully, maybe it's finger tight. No, it's not finger tight. So this is a little quarter drive, so we'll get this and this little Torx bit. I don't have my little battery, but it still works as a ratchet. You get that. Right. Again, keep all your stuff together. This, I believe, where's my little light? Okay, this is a little Phillips head screwdriver. Why they would make one a Phillips screwdriver and one a Torx bit's anybody's guess. I don't know. One of life's mysteries. Okay, got the screw out. Some of these, one of these are like little, you go in, you push a little plastic and down, and they come out. Just kind of push up there as like a push pin. A lot of luck today. There we go. It's coming down like that. It's a push pin. It just pushes up. There's a slot. There's actually a little plastic piece here you want to hang on to help support it. It goes to that. Goes in there. Pushes up to a big metal slot there. So, of course, we hang on to that. Okay, the other side's the same way. This thing, if I recall, is just held on by plastic connectors. There we go. Those plastic and metal connectors. Well, you don't have to take it off. You just pull it out. So the headliner, as this is all what holds the headliner in. It really is nothing. But on both sides, that's the procedure. That side's exactly the same. So we'll do that side now, but I'll do that off the camera because you'll be bored watching me do the same thing over again.
Yeah, the assistants will helping you to remove some stuff in here.
Good.
This one is broken. Good dog. Got one. Two. And this one. Cause we were just kids, but we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, you kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own. And in your eyes, you're holding mine. What the fuck? Very tough. Okay. That's your project, not mine. And I want to take this off, but I don't know how. They're all broken.
really find it funny.
What happened?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Moving down, we have another one of these tote hook things. Same thing, gotta pry that down. Nice screwdriver.
For sure.
And then same thing, there's a Phillips head screwdriver in there, screw. Same with this. There's the little Torx bit that I have right here. Right. This is the same thing. You take that Phillips head out and then pry them together, pinch them together, and pull that out. So this is different, so I'll show you how to take this off. Whoops. You don't really want to do that.
No, all of them is like that.
Yeah, these
Because
things
even
are...
in her is same.
Okay, try to... These things will go back on. They're not really technically broken. Okay. Well, they are kind of broken, but I've put those back on before. Same way. There's little screws in there. These old plastic pieces are really tough to, okay, so there's Phillips. So here we go, we'll get these out. All right. Okay, screws out. And these are the same way. I'm going to pinch these in. It pulls out that one and pulls out that one. If you can see up in there how they pinch together, you kind of have to pull them out together. Okay. And then another thing you do with these Mercedes is you have to take the weather stripping out. Okay, so you pull it, it just comes. Try to remember when you, I like to, if I'm just doing the headliner, I'll just, if you have it inside, you can just leave it, because you really kind of have to put it in the same way it comes out with the same doors, because it'll have a natural bend to it. So you, and it's just, you push up, pull it down, you push it onto the, on this particular one, I'm probably just going to let it hang on the bottom because it's in the garage, and that way it's going to be much easier to put it back on. And with this thing, these actually come up like that, have that same little torque spit on it. Now, take this out like that. That's a metal clip right here on the inside that just goes into this little slot. So you just pull that out so you can get the headliner around it. I'm going to work on trying to pinch these two things together because they're a lot of times they're kind of stubborn. So I'm going to work on that, and then we'll get back to up here. That's coming, I think. Yeah. Kind of have to pinch them and pull down at the same time. So these things, see, they clip back in there. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the sun visor down. I'm going to show you how to, these are Phillips head screws. They just come down. It's really easy. Take them out. Alright. I don't know where my thing is for my parts, but keep your parts handy. Okay, there's two screws that come out. Okay, it just drops down. Now don't pull or tug on it because there's some wires. They have wires for the lights in the vanity mirrors. So there's going to be some lights, so just kind of let it hang until you can pull the headliner down. And one of the things you can do, you need to take off the weather stripping, this black weather stripping, because that goes all along and holds the headliner up. So you just really kind of grab it and pull it down. It sticks up pretty easily. I usually try to leave the bottom part attached, because if you pull it all the way off, you can't pull it all the way off. It's just these bends are tough to redo. So just kind of pull it off. Since we're in the garage and I can leave the doors open and everything, battery's disconnected, so I just kind of let them hang. Don't step all over them. I just kind of put them underneath the car. That way these bottom bends are easy to retrace. So if you take it all the way off, it's really difficult to retrace. Okay, so I'm going to come over to the other side and show you how to unhook the electricity to these. Okay, now I've taken this one off with the screws on this side. Now what you have to do is you kind of have to look up in here. I don't really like to take that off, but I will. Oops, I did. Okay, you look up in here. If you look through here, you'll see there's a electrical connector right here. This is what you do to pull the sun visor down. These wires are kind of stuck with an adhesive. That's kind of annoying. But they're stuck to the headliner here. I'll try to hold this and show you. There's a little clip that you push down. Let me push this back up through here. It's hard to do this. Right here, and it's just a standard electrical clip. You kind of push down and pull this end out. Okay, let me do that. It's going to be kind of hard because I'm holding this. I need a third hand, but right now I don't have it. So let me do that, and I'll get back to you. Okay, these things are similar to the side hooks over here. What you do, if you look straight through there, there's a little pin that you pry down on. Okay, you stick your screwdriver in, you pry down and pull it out. Okay, the little clip holds it in. I'll show you from the side, it's easier to see. You push this down because it expands when you push it in and holds the clip in, but if you pry down on it, it'll collapse it, and that's when you can pull it out. Okay, let me see if I can get this one out for you. Show you this one. They are not easy to do. They're very frustrating. They're very simple but frustrating. I'm not going to show you taking them all out because it's time consuming, and they're all pretty much the same concept. It's even the same concept for the center console thing here, which I've already done. That only took about 45 minutes just to take that piece out. So I didn't show you that because it's kind of, see, let me show you. I'll show you from this angle. It's kind of hard to really see. See, it's up in there. There's the clip to push down. This clip right here is to push down. Okay, you push that down and pull out. Okay, so sorry to jumble up the camera a little bit, but I just wanted to give you a visual on how this actually works. Okay, generally try to get, I didn't bring my other, you know what, let me try this. I think this actually, if you squeeze this with a long nose pliers, it generally comes out just like that. So I'm going to do that to the other side. What you do is you pry up on the little door with a screwdriver. That exposes that. A lot of these, if you reach in with long nose pliers and pinch it and pull out. Okay, I'm going to do the other ones and I'll be back. Let me show you one other thing while we're right here. Okay, you need to take this trim off, this rope trim. Okay, as you can see, it's got a bunch of stuff.
Ouch.
Oops, I'm sorry. And then this comes out. This kind of also holds
Ouch.
the headliner up to the body. So just pull that off. It goes back. Just remember your seam is in the back, which is pretty easy on this one because it's shaped. But put this somewhere where you won't step on it, and I think we might need to clean this one too. All right, let me get the other sides, and we'll continue the video in a minute. Thank you. Okay, well, just got the clip exposed. We opened the little plastic door. All right, trying to get some light here. Again, let me try to use my magic long nose pliers here. And you got to pinch down that little tab, little clip, and pull. Some come out easier than others. And give it a little wiggle, kind of like pulling a tooth. All right. What we'll do is we'll try to do this. We'll try to do a double two-pronged attack here. Kind of pull down on that and pry out with this. Yeah, some later models, they had screws that took these out, so okay, now I got the long nose pliers on this. I'm pulling down. Okay, if you put a screwdriver, when you pull out, put a screwdriver in, pry it, and it comes right out. So you pinch this, put the screwdriver in, and pry down at the same time. Be careful. We can clean this up. You just don't want to jam it in there too hard and scar up the roof. Okay, that's a little help on how to get these little things out. They are, they can be really annoying, so be careful. Okay, I kind of wanted to show you a couple other things. Now in the middle here, there's a little piece of plastic. It's like a little frame type thing. That goes up into these holes, lines up with these holes here as a bracket when you snap the overhead console back in. So keep an eye on that. It comes out, it's loose. It doesn't really bolt on to anything right now once you have the console down. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the basics of this. Now these break really easily, as you just saw. So I can tell you be careful, but they break. If you can get done without breaking them, you're doing better than most. You can buy these new for $22. Just letting you know. Mercedes parts online. You can save them. They'll pop back up in there. There's supposed to be a little plastic hinge. Well, that little plastic hinge breaks off. You saw. Very, very easily now. Kind of what they'll do is they'll clip on and clip up in there. So you can salvage them to reuse it. Unless somebody really is particular. Okay, now there's a little Phillips head screwdriver, little Phillips head screw inside of these. If you can show up in here, okay, so up in there, you got the same type of concept for these other clips, but these have screws to kind of force the clip open with a little bit more anchoring capacity. So you take the screws out. Now these double clips are they're twice as frustrating as the single ones. So I've gotten some, I've broken some, but since I really need to take the headliner out, I'm gonna either do them the right way or break them. We'll see. Same concept. You can use this. I use a screwdriver because there's not much to kind of pushing down, and it kind of comes out a little at a time. Okay. Some say what you do is you pull down on it as you push the clips down. You push down on the handle, and that'll push the thing out. Okay. Push in here, pull down. All right, to take all these side pillar covers down, the front ones, the back ones are pretty much the same. They're held in by metal clips. So once you get we'll pull this weather stripping down. Weather stripping is really easy. You just grab it. Like I said, to get the weather stripping completely off, if you need to do that, if you need to keep your car outside, you have to take these bottom panels, bottom plates off. Those basically just pry up with either an interior plastic pry or a big screwdriver. But then once you get to that off, these just pull off. There's some metal clips, and then they're just clipped into the bottom panels. I kind of leave them in if you can, because they actually kind of help. When you go to put the headliner back in, you can wedge the headliner in here and it kind of holds it up, so then you can take the rest of these pieces off. Okay, again, these just clip off like this. You have a little star bit right there, as we did, little Torx bit, is like you did on the other side. And then this is the this is the same procedure as this one. You have the double things with the little screws in the middle, and then this is again the same way as the other, the sun visor things. They're just the little clips. You push the little clip down. These are double ones. These are very difficult as well. So try to, I had to break 2 of these. I didn't want to show you that. It's not very nice. But I had to break 2 of them to get them out. One of them came out. This one I'm going to try to get out without breaking as well. These parts are available on MercedesPartsReplacement.com, so you can get them. The handles are like $22. Now this light fixture, this thing's about $120, so try and be gentle with that. These can come out. It's like I said, I try to leave them in there, because when you go to put the headliner back in, they're easy to move down and get the headliner out. But when you go to put the headliner back up, they're kind of nice to have, because you can wedge it in there and hold it in. Okay, I'm going to get these bits off, and then we'll continue. Right now, we're going to continue taking these little trim pieces off that's holding the headliner up. This is a T15 Torx bit. I don't know why they put Torx bits and screws. It should be the same. But of course, they didn't ask me in Germany, so just take this out. These are usually pretty much almost finger tight. Don't even really know what these are, but they need to come out. So, and then for these, same thing. You just take a little tiny screwdriver, pry them up. Okay, this and this. Then you take that Phillips head screw out. That's up in there. I already did. One on both sides. And then this one, same thing. You just use a little screwdriver, pry up in that little slot. This has a Phillips head screw as well. So we'll go ahead and take that out. That keeps that wedged up in there. Not sure why you need it, because they don't want to come out even after you take the screw out. So I'm kind of, these really do hold up in there well. They go in very easily, but they don't come out. They don't want to give up their position.
Okay.
We kind of figured out the mystery of the plastic pins. Okay, what you need to do is push down on the pins and pry up from the back. You can do it. Another screwdriver, You go in here and you pry out at the same time. Because there's some, you can pry out with one of these holes and pry out with one of these holes and push down on this pin with a screwdriver. So I said you reach in, pry out on one of these holes while pushing down on that, and it comes out. It doesn't like to come out, but it comes out. So we did it. Okay. Let me get this last one out, and then we'll pull the headliner down. Okay. Now what we have to do is carefully pull this down. These are kind of still in the way. If you want, you can pull this. What we might could do is pull this away and get the headliner below that. But as you can see right here, the wire harnesses for all the lights and accessories and hatchback back here are kind of stuck. Sorry, put my arm in the way. Kind of stuck to the headliner with some glue. And you have to carefully pull the wires up. Like I say, carefully, because some of these are some small wires. But as you can see, you just kind of peel these up. And so the headliner will drop all the way down. Otherwise, the headliner will be stuck up there. But with these wires hanging, I don't like to let the headliner all the way down. We can. I'm going to move it from, let me see if I can't get these post covers, get it from one of these post cover real quick. And maybe that'll help us. Kind of move this down. Didn't sound good there. Okay, that's.
I think.
Careful, again, there's a lot of plastic junk here. It's really easy to break this stuff and have it be very expensive to try to find a place. So we'll try to push it up. Let me take this screw out here, and Phillips has a screw right here. This is kind of a big screwdriver. Okay. Okay, let's take this out. See if we can't remove the bottom of this pillar cover. Over there. So, screws holding this in. At least it screws and not those little plastic clip things. Those things will help you age rapidly. Still not really sure how to get those out, but okay, there. One other thing I want to take out is this screw over here. I will have my battery powered screwdriver ready to put this back together. Alright, let's see what we got now.
Oh, something's falling down there.
That's my screwdriver. Just more screws.
Is that connected?
Yep. It's connected with some plastic rivets. So, it's going to be in there. So what we'll do,
yeah. When we take this off, I will just hold this one and you can grab this one going down here. But you have to put this down.
we're going to put the seat down
Yeah.
because it seems everything's in the way. Okay, let's see if we can't. Problem is, see these wires. This is what I was saying about the wires holding everything up. Let me continue to keep taking the wires and the glue off the headliner here. They are see the wire's all glued along here. Need to come up, be disattached, or they're just gonna keep the headliner hanging up. And these are on here. I might need to get a razor blade. There we go. Yeah, just since this headliner is kind of foam and sensitive, I don't want to pull too hard. But we need to get this off. They use a really good adhesive. I would love to get a couple bottles of this to use at home because it is very effective. You'll never be able to buy any of that anywhere, but they should sell it because it is holding these wires till it doesn't want to hold anymore. And there is about 3 trees full of leaves in here, and I'm sure I'll find the rest of it in the sunroof channels, because that's why I'm pulling this out, is to get to my sunroof so I can fix the panorama sunroof. There we go. Okay, now we have gotten all the wires loose. As you can see, there's wires pretty much everywhere. But that's okay. This way you can just make sure you inspect them real good in case you pulled some apart. What I like to do is take some electrical tape and kind of re-wrap them, because the glue tends to stick to the tape and pulls the tape off. But just inspect them, make sure nothing got pinched or stripped, and I'm sure a lot of the tape will come off. But I think we got all the wires loose, so we're going to pull the headliner out from the back.
Okay, the assistant is ready.
Okay, now we're going to slide it out.
Wait, hubby, I'm gonna a little bit. Maybe, ouch.
Actually, the one behind you. Okay.
Here?
Yeah, and the ones in front. Kind of pull these down, these pillar covers down, since they're plastic riveted to the. This really is about a 3-person job. We're trying to do it with 2, so we'll see what happens.
I think we need to lay down the first
Well,
one.
we need to pull this down further.
Okay.
Someone's not holding it down. See, the ones in front need to be pushed down too.
Yeah, but I think.
No, yeah, these need to be pushed down too.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try to pull this out. Yeah, problem is 2 of these need to be pushed way down. We're gonna go get another set of hands, and we will be right back.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need more hands.
So we're gonna stop for a moment. Where would you like me? Hold this down. I tell you what, Judith, you hold this down.
Yeah.
And this down.
Okay.
Okay, Ma, go over to the other side.
Okay. Do the same thing?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What am I holding? Okay, this
Yeah.
down and this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've got the headrest in my way.
Huh?
Got the headrest.
Right.
Okay. Ouch. Okay. Oh, wait.
It's caught right back there.
Hold on.
Where's the cut, mommy?
Right here.
Right here. My stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You can probably look at it.
Okay, yeah, mommy. What? Yeah. Yeah, finally.
Phew.
Woo!
Did you get the video going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Finally, we got that headliner.
The 2.5 pound sheet of foam is out after much struggle and some cussing, and we did it.
Okay. So, thank you for watching. We're done. Next
Well,
video will be the sunroof, and
No,
then
yeah, then putting it back in.
when we put the headliners back in. So,
Thank you.
thank you for watching.